Hi and welcome to Random Python Practice. Today we are solving a HackerRank patterns problem in which we are going to see how to break down the whole problem into different shapes and how to solve them differently. So we are going to look at how for loops are used and how we can use the print statement in different ways in order to create the pattern that we want. So आज के इसमें क्वेश्चन में वी आर गोइंग टू डिज़ाइन अ डोरमैट फॉर अ पर्सन. क्या ही दिन आ गए. सो लेट्स जस्ट जंप इनटू इट. ये रहा क्वेश्चन. सो मिस्टर विंसेंट works in a doormat manufacturing company. One day he designed a new doormat with the following specifications. Mat size must be n cross m. N is an odd natural number, and m is 3 times n. The design should have welcome written in the center. Wow, क्या बात है. The design pattern should only use straight line, dot and dash characters. Okay, okay. A single line containing the space separate values of n and m is the input format, and output format should be the direct design. Okay, इन्होंने कैसे बनाना है वगैरह they have not given any details. ओके सो एक बार कंफर्म कर लेते हैं. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. ओके सो दिस इज द 7 इज द नंबर ऑफ लाइंस एंड 21 मस्ट बी द साइज ऑफ द रो. आई एम अज्यूमिंग. लेट्स ट्राई टू गो बैक टू अवर पाइथन थोड़ा कूल वे में. इतना काउंट करने से अच्छा है. लेट्स जस्ट डायरेक्टली फाइंड आउट. येस वी आर राइट. 21 is the size of the row. At least now we have this information. Okay, let us dive in. So generally कोई भी pattern program जो रहता है उसमें first and foremost that we need to find we need to understand कि exactly specifications क्या है, तुम्हें दिया क्या गया है. So इसमें हमें n cross m दिया गया है. Welcome is the thing which you have to write in the center. ये दिया गया है. And these are the 3 characters that we can use. ये 3 things are given to us. Input format भी clearly mentioned है, मगर जो एक्चुअल लॉजिक हमें लिखना है दैट इज समथिंग वी नीड टू फिगर आउट. ओके, ये प्रॉब्लम मैंने खुद भी फर्स्ट टाइम देखा है. सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी अ राइड इन इटसेल्फ, अ जर्नी इन इटसेल्फ. ओके, कहाँ गया. वी हैव टू कम हियर. ओके, व्हाट विल डू इज विल ट्राई टू एडिट इन पेंट. थोड़ा अच्छे से एडिट हो जाएगा. ओ राइट, नहीं थोड़ा छोटा. राइट. सो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट व्हाट आई लाइक टू डू इज आई लाइक टू क्रिएट triangles. Not like that, of course, not like that. We need to form a inverted triangle sort of from here to max here. Right, let's just flip it vertically. Correct, that is absolutely right. So just to fit this perfectly into its own space, what we'll do is we'll try to adjust it accordingly. क्या है ये, सही से एडजस्ट भी नहीं हो रहा है. कोई दिक्कत नहीं. we'll try our best. Okay, yeah, we get the idea, rough idea, right? So इससे what I was trying to do is we were trying to separate the dash lines from whatever this dotted pattern is, and dotted pattern को हम separately देखेंगे. Let's just look at this dotted pattern separately now, and we'll control C and oh, not the whole thing, man. Okay, we will draw another triangle here. We'll try to flip it horizontally, sorry, and we'll place it in this place so that we're able to correctly get it right. So now we have the rough idea of how this is actually looking like. right? So first triangle जो है, this is the first triangle. I'll change the color to yellow or something that should be visible, and brush size I'll keep 8. No, I mean that is too big. 1 2 3, right? And fourth will be, so if we see 2 is exactly the opposite of sorry, 3 is exactly the opposite of 2, just horizontally flipped. So we'll need to figure out a logic in which first we need to print this triangle ulta from, how many characters is this? So if this entire thing, if this entirely is if this complete thing is 21 right now, no, this is 33, right? From that question we took the bottom one, so this is 33, I'm assuming. Yeah, this is 33. So if this is 33, then this should be the half of it. That would be 32 divided by 2, because let's just ignore the middle one for now, because since this is an odd integer, so that's why let's just assume that ignore the middle one. So this must be, this entire distance must be equal to the total distance minus 1 for this particular middle element divided by 2, right? So this is n cross m, so that's why m divided by 2, but not exactly m divided by 2, it is m minus the middle element, m minus 1 by 2. That should be the distance of this. Now since we have this distance, let's just dive into the code. I have everything ready in a VS Code. What I've done is I've copied the entire sum here, and पूरी अच्छी तरह से लिखा हुआ है कि size and stuff n cross m वगैरह. इसमें भी कई बार प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं, n and m are images और mathematical terms on the website, तो वो कॉपी पेस्ट नहीं होता है अच्छे से. बहुत सारे और जगहों पे वैसे होगा, but I have not taken that into consideration. अभी के लिए रफ ही कॉपी किया है. So let us just dive into it. First triangle हमें print करना है. This consists of dashes. कितने lines है इसमें? 1 2 3 4 5 lines है. So if this entire thing is 33, if this entire thing is 33, we ignore the middle element, then this half would be 33 minus 1 divided by 2, which would be 16. So oh, what are we doing? This is 33 divided by 2, that's why this is 16. These count will come as 16, but this height will be 11 11 by 2, 11 minus 1 by 2, because we are ignoring the middle element. So 10 by 2, that would be 5. That is why we see 1 2 3 4 and 5, right? So for now let's just assume that n equals to 11, m equals to 33, and for now let's just run the code, create a code to draw this particular first triangle for I in range 5, right? If I is 5, then what is the value for, we need to figure that out now. Okay, if I is, let's write I here and value here. So I is 0, then what is the value of v? V is 16, right? Till here it is 16. This whole thing is 16, but we don't want this particular line also to be present. So what we'll do is we'll not type 16 there, we'll type 15 there, because first we want 15 elements and then one full stop to complete this entire half portion. So -1, so let's just write here 15. Okay, 0 is I is 0, V is 15, I is 1, V is 15 में से कितने कम हुए? 3 कम हुए. Okay, so this will be 12, right? So this is 12. Then 6 कम हुए, right? 6 कम हुए. So कितने बचे हुए? So मतलब 12 में से भी और 3 कम हुए. I जब 2 हुआ तब 15, 12 फिर 9 हुए. फिर in this case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this became 6, again 3. Are you able to see a pattern here? So when this I is increasing from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we are able to see that V, or the number of dashes that are to be printed, is decreasing by 3. Right? Every time it is decreasing by 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So 15, 12, 9, 6, and then it should be 3. Let's count 1, 2, 3. Yes, over here we see that there are 3 lines. So this is running from 0 to 4, that means 5 times. That's what we want. So let's just do this. Let's just write there. So how will we decrease 3 every time? So 15 में से first time कितने decrease हुए? 3. 15 में से second time कितने decrease हुए? 6. 15 में से third time कितने decrease हुए? 9. And so on. So if you see, इसके और इसके बीच में relation है direct, कितना कम हो रहा है उसमें से, which is times 3. So I के साथ direct relation है times 3. That's ऐसे relations we need to find. So print, first what we'll do is first we'll just print dash. How many times? Let's just print it 15 times. Let's see if it's able to print 15 times that dash. Okay, yeah, it's printing that dash 15 times. You want to calculate? Let's calculate. Python, okay, then length. See, it's 15, exactly 15. So now we have this 15, but now we don't want it to be exactly 15, right? We want it to decrease every line by 3. So what we'll do is minus 15 minus whatever I is there at that time, whatever the value of I is there, that multiplied by 3 will be reduced from 15, because that's what we established here, right? So if we see 15 minus 3 is 12, then 15 minus 6 is 9, and 15 minus 9 is 6, and then 15 minus 12 is 3. That's what we established. So 15 minus 12 is 3. That's why as I will increase, every time we will multiply it by 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 3 is 12, and then decrease it from the original value 15. That will give the V value. V is the number of dashes it prints on that particular line. So let's see if it is working. Oh, what did I do? Perfect. We are able to print this, which is exactly the thing that we wanted, right? Okay, so we are able to print the dashes. Now what? Now we want to print a full stop and this particular pattern, whatever it is, and then full stop. Let's see this particular triangle now. Now let's see a triangle number 2, which starts from here and goes like this. In this particular triangle, let's just go here again, because over there we have made a mess. So initially there is just one dot. In the second line there is dot, that mm, standing line, and then again dot, then dot line dot, dot line dot, again dot. So this dot at the end is constant. That's why we decreased one. That's why we made it 15 in the first place. So what we'll do is we'll just type that dot at the end of this. Let's just see what happens. Plus, and then we write dot. So what will happen? It will add that dot to the end of each line. Here we have dot at the end of each line. Now between this dot and this dashes pattern, we want something to be present, right? We'll just type there brackets for now, just for our understanding. So there will be dashes, then something there, then there will be full stop. That will stop there. Now that something will be 3 characters long, because that something will be like, we want to print this pattern, like dot line dot and then full stop. Then dot line dot is 2 times in this particular pattern that we were observing. What is this Bing? I don't like this Bing. Okay, so dot line dot, this pattern is repeated 0 times in the first line, 1 time in the second line, 2 times in the third line, 3 times in the fourth line, and 4 times in the fifth line. So the pattern here that we form is with I again, and this time what we do is, let's just delete all of this. Yeah, we will have to stick with the handwriting. I am sorry. You can write in a better handwriting yourself at in your whatever place you're practicing in. So this is I, and then I is 0, I is 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So 0 in the place where I is 0, we want how many times this pattern? 0 times. So over here we'll just write the pattern again V, 0 times we want. Then in the second line, that is when I equals to 1, you want the pattern 1 time, and so on and so forth for all the 4 lines. If you see in the last line, that is I equals to 4, we want it 1, 2, 3 and 4 times the same pattern to be printed. That's why we have V equals to 4. So we want that pattern to be printed exactly the number of times as I is being printed. So let's just do dot standing line dot multiplied by I, exactly as many times as I is being printed. Okay, let's just try to print this. How cool is that? We have printed this particular pattern. The first quadrant of this particular quadrant has been completed. Now this particular quadrant has been completed. Now at the end of this quadrant we want this standing line there, right? So at over here we'll just write that standing line. We added that standing line. After that standing line there is another dot, so let's just add that dot in there only. Then we have again dashes, but before that dashes again we have that same pattern which was there on the left side. So let's just copy this thing on the right side of this. Okay, plus, and then this on the right side. Let's see if this is working. Yeah, it's perfectly working. Then now the dash pattern, we want to print it on same pattern, we just copy it on the right side of this. That is so cool. We just did the first half of the pattern. Now in the next line we want to print this particular statement, welcome. Now welcome, if you see how many characters of dashes are present here, if you see the highlighted ones, it is equal to, okay, we want let's just calculate it. Okay, Python and then length of, oh, it's not pasting there. Yeah, so 13. So in this case, when n equals to 11, it is printing 13 lines. Why 13? The reason why 13 is because this whole line is supposed to be 33. So 33 minus length of welcome itself, welcome as a string, will be 26. Now we want that to be centered, so we want the equal number of dashes on left side as well as right side. That's why 26, whatever dashes are remaining, 26 divided by 2 will be 13. So that's why 13 dashes on the left side and 13 on the right side. So this particular directly we'll just take the length of welcome. What is the length of welcome? Yeah, 7. I could have calculated it, but it looks cool when we use that len function, so that's why. Okay, you get it. In this particular case, we don't want it to write it in the inside the for loop, because it will print every single time. Okay, so print. Now how many times is it printing? It is printing 33 minus length of welcome times length of welcome is, as we saw, 7, right? So we know it is 26. Let's just write it directly, print. Okay, we have written print already, so we'll just write dash, we'll print it 13 times, then we will add welcome there, then we will add a plus and then dash. How many times? Again 13 times, right? So let's see if we have achieved it. Yes, we have achieved it. So here we have welcome in the center, in the exact center, exactly as they have said here. Now what we'll do is we want to run the same old loop which was there above, but now we want to run it reverse. So first we just wrote this, we will write this from 5, no, we'll write this from 4 to 0 and range -1. Let's see if this directly runs like this. Perfect. Wait, did it? It did not. The last it messed up during the last iteration somehow. So what happened is it ran till 0. So what it is going through is 4 comma 3 comma 2 comma 1, but it's not going to 0 because 0 is the last element. So that's why we want to reduce it to -1, then it should work. Perfect. We have completed the pattern, but have we? Now we have not taken input, we have not even used n and m anywhere. So let's just review the entire code. Over here we had written 15. Why did we write 15 here? We wrote 15 because this was the size of which was supposed to be there, right? So what we'll do is we'll write half row equals to, and then we'll write m divided by or m -1, because we want to include the dot in this. Okay, no, before that we want to exclude the straight line. So m minus 1, what we'll do is, m minus 1 divided by 2, and then from that we want to reduce even more 1 for the dot on the left side. We have to consider only the left side, that's why. So this was the half row. This is where 15 was, so 15 was that half row. Over here also we'll replace 15 as half row. What we'll do is, now since half row is a constant, we will write it outside only. We'll not calculate it in every iteration, so that we can use this half row also the next time. In this particular case 13 is written. Now we need to also calculate this 13, right? So in this case, how did we calculate 13? Was we did m minus 7, whatever it was, and then divided by 2. Why 7? Because 7 is the number of characters in welcome string. So we removed the characters of welcome string which has to be in the center, and the rest of the string we distributed equally on the left and right side of the welcome. So m minus 7 divided by 2. We will name this also as the half row, but no, we'll say welcome row equals to, we'll name this as the welcome row because that is more better, more unique. Let's see if this is running now. It is still running, so this code, the changes that we did are perfect. So this is resulting in 13 or 15, and this is resulting in 13, the formula wise, as we had calculated here as well before. So in these cases all we need to do is we need to take inputs. So generally how we take inputs is n comma m equals to map integer comma input dot split. What this will do is it will take input, it will split it into two parts, then it will map the function integer. That means it will run this integer for every input that came, and in our case only two inputs are coming, that is m and m. This is m and n, no, n and m, whatever. So they are giving n first and then m. That is odd. Cool, okay, whatever. So n comma m is something that is going to come out of it, and since this is a map, so it will automatically put the n values in m, n value in n and m value in m. So here it is. Moment of truth. Let us try to run this code here. If this runs here, then only we can say that it is correct. Oh, they say it is wrong. They want it in this fashion. Our code isn't working for something. Oh, we forgot to change this range equals to 5. Right. So this range equals to 5 came from n minus 1 by 2. So that's why half of columns is going to be there. So n minus 1 by 2, and the same is the case with here, but we want to start from n minus 2 minus 1, because like it was 5 before, so this particular was starting from 4, right? This loop was starting from 4 because the first value we want of I was 4, and then 3, then 2, then 1, then 0. So that's why. So it will start from minus 1 of what the previous loop was starting. It will start from that point. So I'll just put it into brackets so that the compiler or we ourselves also don't get messed up using that. There is always a better way to do things, always. So if you find a better way, then you could always tell it to me as well. This was just uh, one of the ways that I found while I was recording this, and my brain does not work when I'm talking so much. Anyways, so still we managed to pull this, and we are submitting the test cases. All test cases are green. This is one of the best times. Perfect. This is so cool. So that was all for today. All we did was, first we understood the problem. We broke down the problem into triangles. We solved one triangle at a time, and for each triangle we wrote down each and every small part. We tried and tested it with hard coded values, then we made it dynamic so that we can create every single part slowly and steadily. We tried to add in as much mathematics as possible because maths never fails, right? Yeah, I know maths. I also don't like maths, but it does never fail. So it's the best solution. It's like medicine, you don't like it, but you have to take it. Just treat it like a medicine and keep on using it in computer science. Well, maths is an integral part of whatever is going to come further, what you're going to actually do with Python later on. So this is going to be extremely valuable. Anyways, okay, so that should be it for today, and that should be it for this particular problem as well. I will record a few more videos with time, as and when I get time, as and when I get more confidence, and I will keep on uploading it uh, over here. Okay then, have a good day, keep coding, and see you next time.